Two public spaces in Wilmington are getting major facelifts this year. Eden Park is getting a new sports field and an upgrading to the pool, and Rodney Square is getting a whole new look and feel and use, really. And to tell us about it, we're joined by two longtime friends and longtime friends of Wilmington, the Director of Parks and Recreation, Kevin Kelly, and Director of Cultural Affairs, Tina Betts.
Hello.
Welcome to the Wilmington Show. First.
Thank you.
Thanks for
having
having us
here.
on.
Amazing just having these two right here.
So let's start with Eden Park. Kevin, tell us about that. What's going on?
So Eden Park, just to give you some history, Eden Park was given to the city back in 1890 from a family named Eden and had a farm. So it's been one of the oldest parks in the state of Delaware. I think Kirkwood was probably the oldest park we had. So when the mayor came in, he wanted to look at creating more athletic fields for young people in the city to have an opportunity to play sports. So we looked at Eden. So what is going on with Eden, we are putting in a new turf field to allow us to play football, lacrosse, and soccer all year long with lights, a practice field next to it, new playground equipment that will entertain for both small children, middle-sized children, and adults, and we'll get that a little bit more. And then the pool. The pool had a drainage issue, so all the pool water was draining and wasn't the best health for everybody. So now we're fixing all that drainage, redoing the pool. So overall, that's kind of the big picture at Eden. It's about $2.4 million project.
Nice. And how about Rodney Square?
Well, Rodney Square, of course, is right in the center of downtown Wilmington. And it's Wilmington's calling card. When visitors come into town or people come to work in Wilmington, one of the first things they see is Rodney Square. So it's like the welcome mat at your home.
And I lived at the residences at Rodney Square when I moved here, so it felt like,
that's exactly
the welcome.
That's exactly right. So it's our town square in the center of Wilmington. One of the things that Mayor Pizicki understands is that in order to have an inviting presence, you need to make that first impression a lasting one and a good one. And Rodney Square, with the reinvestments that we're making in Rodney Square and the revitalization, will do that. It will be Wilmington's welcome mat to visitors and for people who live here. The other important aspect of this revitalization is that not only will it look good, it will also be functional. We want people to be able to use it in the way that a center of town park such as Rodney Square should be used.
Amazing. I remember looking in the newspaper, and I'm from Southbridge, and I remember how Eden Park was Eden Park growing up. You know what I'm talking about?
The down and beat.
Right. You had the softball games, L7 Midnight Madness. Remember, and now then all the projects went away from across the street, and it just left that place totally just empty. And now to see that they're upgrading Eden Park for the community and the kids in the neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods. I think that is just definitely amazing, and I can't wait to see what it looks like.
It's to make all of our public spaces functional and inviting for people to use. One of the features of the Rodney Square project is a splash pool. It's a splash fountain. So not only will it be aesthetically pleasing, it's going to look great, but people will be able to use it, especially young kids in the summertime, to use it as a splash pool.
Yeah, that's great. Now, we know we've got Deco opening across the street there, but a lot of us have gotten used to having the food trucks on Rodney Square over there. So just give us a sense of what do we have to expect in terms of disruption of that type of thing while we're constructing, the new square.
Well, we always have a plan B. You always should have a plan B.
And C and D.
And C and D every now and then. That's exactly right. So our farmers market, our weekly farmers market, will continue even during the construction. All of the trucks will move up to Market Street, use both sides of the square. Downtown Visions and the city we're working together to make sure that really popular activity continues to happen during the construction.
And what are we looking at? How long until all this work is done?
Well, I would say for Eden, we're probably on a little quicker timetable than Rodney, because the Parks Department's overseeing both projects. So with Eden, we hope the field will be done probably in early May. If you go by there now, the field is just about level. The pool will be done in opening time for all of our 5 pools that open up during the summer. Probably by June we'll be done with that. The playground equipment may be late June or July. And one other thing too, we're going to redo the basketball court. We've had some conversations with the Blue Coats about seeing if they could help, and possibly the 76ers to do some type of logo on that. For Rodney Square, the bids are due next week. We hope to have some construction in the middle of May. We'll take a little brief pause while the Jazz Festival is going on, and then more work as we go later on. We hope probably phase 1 to be done by spring of 2020.
Now look at this collectively. Now you got to understand, bro, because you're not from here.
Sorry about that.
It is, when you look at this, what this administration is doing and previous administrations have done to get us to this point, every area in Wilmington is being touched. Every area and when the mayor got in, people were so concerned about just the waterfront being built and then taken care of. But now you have projects like Reach Riverside. That Logan, when he came in here, they're about to do some amazing things.
Oh, amazing!
You have the parks being brought back up. West Center City. This is amazing, for people just like me in my generation, because when we had the Stormin Classic and Stormin Norman,
right.
and then that's when it stopped. But now, oh my gosh, this is super exciting for every resident, everyone from Wilmington.
Well, we feel that parks are the focal point of neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
The park is where you, in your neighborhood, that's where you go. You hang out, you play sports, you meet people and things like that, and I think that's the mayor's ultimate goal, to get them back where we want. But you also have to have programming. In the summer we have food, we serve food in parks, we have recreation at night, we have arts in the park with the Grand Opera House. So there is a lot going on, and you're right, the mayor's come in and said, let me put my energy where it needs to be, which is in communities.
And where can people find you to play pickup basketball with you?
You can find me sometimes at Canby Park. I'm up there or so. I haven't been underneath the bridge in a while. I got bad knees. Don't get old. Stay young, fella, okay? But we'll find a pickup spot to play. Don't worry about that.
Well, thank you, Tina and Kevin, for coming to the Wilmington
Thank
show.
you
And
very much.
we hope to have you back soon.
Cool.
Looking forward to it. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any positive stories that Zach and myself need to talk about, be sure to submit it at stories.wilmington.love.